welcome back to the Lazy Girl's Kitchen. My name is Maggie, and on today's episode I'm going to share with you how I like to make like a lazy version of like pasta carbonara, I guess you could say. This version is because when you have pasta carbonara, all these different elements go into it and it just takes forever. So I decided to kind of take some shortcuts and then share this recipe with you. It really is delicious. It's one of my family's favorites. Like every holiday they're like, so can you make the pasta carbonara? So it really is amazing. The only thing today is I'm substituting regular pasta for whole wheat pasta, but you don't have to do that. You could use whole wheat spaghetti if you like. I mean regular spaghetti. That's totally up to you. All right, so without further ado, let me take you through the list of ingredients. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take a big pot of water and you're going to salt it. Give it a really generous pinching of salt and you're going to bring it up to a boil because we're going to start to boil our pasta. So what you're going to need is some eggs, some Parmesan cheese that's shredded, salt, pepper. I'm using linguine for this, but you can use spaghetti, angel hair, whatever you'd like. And I'm also using whole grain, but you don't have to. You're gonna need some peas, some bacon, and some onions. So the first thing we want to do is we want to crisp up our bacon. So I put my bacon into my pan, and I actually have mine frozen, so it might take a little bit longer than yours. And I'm just gonna keep it on like medium-low heat. So babysit it. And while that's happening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the sauce. So I'm going to take my Parmesan cheese, and to that I'm going to add my eggs. And all I'm going to do is just mix it to get it nice and combined, just like that. I'm just going to take a fork. I'm just going to mix just like that. So I'm going to keep it going, babysit my bacon, and then throw my linguine into my hot water, and then I'll meet you back here when it's time for the next step. So my bacon is cooking along nicely. As you can start to see, the edges are starting to get nice and brown. It's still not crispy the way I like it, but that's good because now I'm going to add in my onions and I'm going to let them cook with the bacon. As you notice, I'm not using any additional oil in this. You can if you want to. You can go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil to get it started, but all I rely on in here is the juices and the fat of the bacon. I really want that juice to be like my flavoring, so that's why I don't. You can though, totally. So I'm gonna keep babysitting this for about another 4 or 5 minutes and watching my spaghetti, and then I'll meet you back here so we can finish this off. So my bacon and onions are all set. It's not burnt, it's just that if you could see the underneath, this is supposed to be a non-stick pan. Well, it's not. So like the oil from the bacon grease is making it brown, but they're really not burnt, I promise you. So what I did is I turned the heat off completely. My pasta is already done. And what I do is I take it from the pot, directly from the pot. Be careful not to burn yourself. You're gonna add it to here. Whew. Okay, and don't worry because, ooh, sorry, it's so hot, it's hard to talk. Don't worry about draining it because pasta water is the best flavoring for any pasta dish, I promise you. That flavor you can't get anywhere else. Okay. Ooh, it's hot. I love that sizzle though. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm going to coat this in here. Oh, you can already see the coating on this. I hope you guys can see. I tried to get you as close as I could, as my counter space would allow, I should say. I think I have a little bit in here. No man left behind for sure. All right. So I got it coated in the pasta, in the bacon, in the onions. So now, time to go in with my Parmesan and egg mixture. Now you gotta work quickly here because if not, you're gonna scramble the eggs and you do not want that. We do not want scrambled eggs. We just want this to work perfectly. So I'm gonna take my wooden spoon. I'm gonna take this out and I'm seriously gonna work super hard, just mixing it all in. This is where you get your workout, guys. See how it coats all your pasta super nice? That's exactly what you want. Oh, it smells so good. You could see all the bacon pieces. Oh, you don't even know. Finally, the finishing touch, my peas. Give these a nice stir into here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and plate this, and then I'll meet you back here so we could try it. Okay, so I scooped some into my bowl, so you could see. So beautiful. I think I scooped way too much, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna give this a try. It's still nice and hot. So good. Perfection. Like, I can't even explain it. I just want to keep eating, but it's so good. And you saw that how easy that was. In probably like 30 minutes, your dinner comes together. So if you like something quick, something that you don't have to think too much about, this is the recipe you need. I promise you that you are going to love it and you're going to eat it all week long. All right, head over to www.thelazygirlskitchen.com to get this amazing recipe and so many others. And I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. Bye.